Julius Caesar was assassinated on March 15, 44 BCE, mainly due to culmination of political conspiracies, personal rivalries, and fears regarding Caesar's concentration of power. After a series of military successes and political maneuvers, Caesar had effectively become the most powerful man in Rome. He was appointed dictator for life in 44 BCE, which alarmed many people who feared he intended to abolish the republic and establish a monarchy. His reforms, such as land redistribution and extending citizenship, were popular but antagonized the traditional senatorial elite, who felt marginalized and threatened by his growing influence. A faction of senators, led by Gaius Cassius Longinus and Marcus Junius Brutus, viewed Caesar's rule as a direct threat to the republic. They feared that his power could lead to tyranny and the end of senatorial authority. Discontent simmered in the Senate, with many senators discussing the need to eliminate Caesar to restore the republic's former structure. Brutus, who was both a friend and protege of Caesar, became a central figure in the conspiracy, torn between loyalty to Caesar and his commitment to republican ideals. The conspiracy against Caesar was a coalition of senators who were united by their desire to restore the power of the Senate. The conspirators met in secret to plan the assassination, discussing the logistics and the exact timing. The number of conspirators is often estimated to be around 60, but the core group included prominent figures such as Cassius, Brutus, Decimus Junius Brutus, and others who had grievances against Caesar. The conspirators decided to strike during a Senate meeting on the Ides of March, when they would have the opportunity to confront Caesar in a controlled environment. They hoped that by killing him, they would inspire the Senate and the people to rise against his rule. They planned to stab Caesar in the Senate, and to avoid panic, they agreed to act simultaneously to ensure he was overwhelmed and unable to defend himself. On the morning of March 15, 44 BCE, Caesar attended a Senate meeting at the Curia of Pompey. Despite warnings from the soothsayer and concerns from his wife Calpurnia, who dreamt of his death, Caesar decided to go to the Senate, bolstered by his confidence and the support of his followers. As Caesar entered the Senate, he was surrounded by the conspirators, who had positioned themselves strategically. When Tullius Cimber, one of the conspirators, approached Caesar and requested the repeal of his brother's banishment, it served as a signal. At that moment, the other conspirators drew their daggers and attacked. According to historical accounts, Caesar initially fought back and was surprised by the betrayal. Reports indicate that he was stabbed 23 times by the conspirators. One of the most enduring aspects of Caesar's assassination is the debate over his last words. According to some accounts, when he recognized Brutus among his attackers, he uttered few phrases, expressing his shock and betrayal at the involvement of someone he considered a friend. Following the assassination, the conspirators expected to be hailed as heroes who had saved the republic. However, chaos ensued. The Senate was thrown into disarray, and news of Caesar's murder spread rapidly throughout Rome. Mark Antony, a loyal ally of Caesar, delivered a powerful funeral oration that swayed public opinion against the conspirators. His speech ignited a wave of anger among the populace, leading to riots and civil unrest. The conspirators fled Rome, fearing for their lives as the public turned against them. The power vacuum created by Caesar's death led to a struggle for control over Rome. Key figures including Mark Antony, Octavian, Caesar's adopted heir, and Marcus Lepidus formed the Second Triumvirate to pursue the conspirators and establish control. The ensuing power struggles ultimately led to a series of civil wars, culminating in the rise of Octavian as Augustus and the establishment of the Roman Empire, effectively marking the end of the Roman Republic. Caesar's assassination had profound implications for Rome and its governance. It highlighted the fragility of the Republic and the lengths to which political factions would go to protect their interests. His death became a pivotal moment in Roman history, symbolizing the conflict between Republican ideals and the reality of political power struggles. It set in motion the events that would lead to the transformation of Rome from a republic to an empire, shaping the future of Western civilization.